Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan Old School Green, once again bringing you quick takes brought to you by the Heat Ratio Sports Network. Again, please follow us on YouTube, subscribe, click on that bell, and you will be informed of all our wonderful programming. My topic today, as you can see above me, I have a picture of Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White, and my topic simply is, which one of these gentlemen is the greatest defensive player ever? And yes, it's these two. Right now, it's not Aaron Donald. It's not J.J. Watt. It's Lawrence Taylor or Reggie White. To me, it's not even a debate. Lawrence Taylor transcended the game. He was the first of his kind, a hybrid, as it were, outside rushing linebacker / defensive end. He was an absolute beast, quick as a cat. He was unblockable. I remember poor Stan Walters or Jerry Sizemore going up against him as an Eagles fan, and it was Jaworski got killed every game. He was an absolute beast. He defended the pass well. He defended the run excellently. He was just the first of his kind. It's because of Lawrence Taylor that you have Ricky Jackson, you have Derek Thomas, players like that. And it just continues to this day. The fast hybrid type defensive end and or outside linebacker. And then you have Reggie White. Again, to me, Reggie White graduated college in, I believe, 83, 84, in that range. He was 6'5", 310 pounds, ran a 4.6. He would be the number one pick of the draft today. With those type of stats, with his kind of size, you can play any era, anytime. There's an argument that if you played 25, 30 years ago, you can't play today. These two guys would be the first pick of the draft today. Taylor, 6'3", 240 pounds. He could play today. Reggie White was a defensive end at 310 pounds. Also shuffled down the line and played tackle. Buddy Ryan used him very strategically. Reggie White was just a sack machine. He had to be double, triple teamed every time. That's why Clyde Simmons, his other teammate on the other end, always had high sack totals because everyone doubled Reggie White. Jerome Brown also benefited, as did Mike Pitts. Reggie White was a dominant force. Career all-time sack leader. Now, let's look at these players, their stats, as I always bring up my two nominees. I always pull up stats to go with them. Lawrence Taylor was a two-time Super Bowl champion. Reggie with the Packers. Breaks my heart. Wish he was a champion for the Eagles. Both multiple-time Defensive Players of the Year. 8-time first-team Pro Bowlers, both of them. Five-time second-team Pro Bowler for Reggie White. And you probably could argue all those years he could have been number one as well. 13 Pro Bowls. 10 Pro Bowls for Lawrence Taylor. Both led the league in sacks. Reggie White was a dual-decade all-time team member of the 80s and 90s, LT of the 80s. He didn't leak into the 90s as long as Reggie did. LT played less games, had fewer sacks. LT, I believe, averaged 0.7 and change sacks per game. Reggie was 0.8 and change. They both forced 33 career fumbles. And AV is approximate value. In reading that, it was an odd stat, but it's put up there for a reason. I guess it's like a war equivalent. The importance of a player for his team. And Reggie is the all-time leader in AV for a defensive player at 231. So he definitely exceeds LT's number, but I don't know how much value you put in that stat. So for me, it ultimately comes down to which player is old school picking as the greatest defender of all time. Well, I'm an Eagles fan, so you know where I'm going. I'm going Lawrence Taylor. Shocking, right? Loved Reggie being the second greatest of all time. Not too shabby. But for my money, Lawrence Taylor completely changed the game unlike any other player before or since. So it's that simple. Old school goes LT. So till next time, I'm Dan Green. I'm part of the Heat Ratio Sports Network, and we'll do a fun quick take each and every Friday. And again, I encourage you to check the previous shows. And I'd like to hear your opinion. Always shoot me a message at DMG Teach. I love to hear your thoughts. You can argue, but you can't argue. There's not too many better. I mean, you can argue, but there's not too many better than LT and Reggie White. Take care, everyone. Be safe.